welcome back. How have you guys been? I've been pretty great. I've been actually doing one of my favorite activities. Can you guess what it is? Okay, well, maybe the shirt and the gloves and my hair might give it away. No? All right, I'll tell you, just let me get clean real quick. There we go. Am I clean? Yeah, I'm sure I'm clean enough. Did you guys guess it? I was gardening. Well, kind of. Well, you know how I said I really like to do it. It's one of my favorite activities. Well, I went outside with the hopes of planting all these new sprouts and putting down seeds and watering everything. And when I showed up to my garden, there were actually a lot of weeds that sprouted up. So instead of spending my time planting all my new plants, I had to pull up all of these weeds. And I got dirty and I got tired and it was hot, and before I knew it, I just had to call it quits. I love gardening, but I wish that there was just somebody out there who would yank up all those weeds. Like a farmer.
Hey guys, let's walk and talk. You see, whenever Jesus tells a story, he isn't just telling a story to entertain us. He actually has a point. There's a lesson. And that's what a parable is. It's a story with a lesson. And the story he tells today comes from Matthew chapter 13. And I can just imagine him walking through fields of wheat and having a bunch of people following him, maybe even some farmers that would really understand this story. Because he starts talking about a farmer, someone who's planting wheat in a field. And the guy plants a lot of wheat and gets it all done. And wheat is really good because it's like the first ingredient for bread, which we definitely need to survive. But then night comes and an enemy sneaks into the field and plants weeds. And you can't eat weeds. They're worthless. You just have to gather them up and throw them into the fire. So the workers are really concerned, and they ask the farmer, hey, should we go dig up the weed seeds and dig up the wheat seeds and replant the field? And Jesus says, no. He says, wait. Wait until the plants grow up, and then it'll be really obvious to tell which are wheat and which are weeds. And that's kind of the end of the story. But again, the story has a point. Here's the point. He says that the wheat seeds, the good seed, are people that follow Jesus, people that follow him. And at the end of everything, they'll be gathered up and sent off into heaven. And then the weed seeds will be gathered up and burned, which is really intense. But here's the point, and here's the thing that we can find comfort in. Jesus, he's the one who decides. It's not us. We might decide somebody's good or bad and be completely wrong, but Jesus is completely perfect. And so he can sort the good and the bad, the wheat and the weeds. See ya.
Let's play a game. Today I'm going to be your host. I'm Courtney, and today we're going to be playing a game called Weed or Flower. Now you might be thinking this is a really easy game, but I can assure you there's going to be some twists and turns and something unexpected. So here's how we play, guys. I'm going to hold up a picture, and you are going to shout. If you think it's a weed, yell, you got it, weed! If you think it's a flower, can you guess? You got it, flower! Are you ready? Open your eyes. Are you ready to play? Here we go, weed or flower. All right, I'm gonna count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you guessed flower, you are correct. Now, this was kind of an easy one, but they might get a little bit harder. Let's see what we have next. Are you ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you guess weed? You'd be correct. All right, are you ready? Stretch it out. Here comes another one. Weed or flower? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What did you guess? Shout it out. This is a weed! I know, did that blow your mind? That's like the prettiest looking weed I've ever seen. That is a weed. Stay alert, stay ready, here we go. Weed or flower? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What did you guess? That is a flower or multiple flowers. Weed or flower? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What was your guess? That is a weed. But I wouldn't mind. I mean, that's kind of pretty, right? Ooh, that could be tricky in a garden. All right, here we go. Weed or flower? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you guys guess weed? Good job. And two more. Weed or flower? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a weed. Did that blow your mind too? I mean, those actually look like little flowers. Did you see that? Zoom in on that. Those look beautiful. Beautiful. But they're actually weeds. That's crazy. Okay, last one, guys. Weed or flower? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flower! So, guys, we just played weed or flower. And some of those were really hard, right? I mean, some of those weeds were beautiful. And they looked like actual flowers. They're so pretty. And that's the thing, guys. A lot of times, weeds can trick us. And there's weeds that pop up all in our life, and they can make us want to plant them and keep them. And we have to be really, really, really careful about that. Don't get tricked by a weed. Don't let it stay in your garden. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna shoot you back over to Miss Brittany, and I'm Courtney, and thanks for playing Weed or Flower.
Wow, I knew Jesus told us stories, but I didn't know all of those stories were supposed to teach us lessons. I'm really grateful that I got to learn about a parable, and even happier that I got to hear about the parable of the wheat and the weed. See, I learned two really important things from that. One, there will be weeds in our gardens, but also two, we aren't the ones who are supposed to pull it, which is really amazing because as I learned from the weed or flower game, I don't think I'd always pull the right one. I might end up leaving something that I think is really amazing in my garden when it really isn't supposed to be. Actually, it kind of reminds me of this friend I had. And for all intents and purposes, or for what I believed, she seemed to be a very beautiful flower in my life. She came in my life and she loved all the favorite things I love to do. She loved to go and eat pizza with me, because you guys know it's my favorite food. She loved dancing like me. We liked going on hikes and doing all these amazing things together. And I thought she was an amazing friend. What I thought was even cooler is, just like me, she really liked to read her Bible. And she'd invite me to church. And I was certain that this person was a great person to keep in my life. Well, sometimes something that looks really beautiful, like those weeds we saw earlier, is not exactly what we expect it to be. Because even though she was really cool in all those areas, she actually lied to me and she stole from me. And that really hurt because, like I said, I thought that was a beautiful flower. So you guys are probably thinking, there's a weed in your garden, you better pull that right out. But again, as we just learned, it's not my job. When I found out that she didn't treat me as great as I thought she should have treated me, you know what I did? I forgave her. And it was really hard for me to do that because, like I said, she hurt me really deep. And I was really sad for that friendship. Do you guys know what happened after I forgave her? Here, I'll let you guess. I'll give you 3 options. A, we became friends forever and she turned out to be a really amazing person. B, we never talked again, which was really hard, but probably for the best. Or C, all the flowers in my garden grew legs and then started shooting lasers out of their eyes. Which one do you think it was? Did you guess C? Okay, wasn't C. It's actually B. We never talked again. And it wasn't because I said anything to her that made her feel like she could never talk to me again, but it was because somebody else came in my garden and decided that we did not need to be there. Something about weeds is really important. Weeds are weeds. They will never turn into something else. Even if they grow up to be very beautiful, they've always been weeds. But people can be redeemed through God, no matter what. Yes, they may come into your garden and look a certain way, and it's not our job to pull them out. When Jesus comes in and he looks through our harvest, he has a chance to redeem anything, and those people can change from the inside out. So this week, when we go through our week and we look at our gardens and we say, is that a weed? You're not quite sure. I want you guys to think one thing. How can I love that person? How can I love that weed? Because you never know if Jesus is going to come in and redeem that in your garden. Bye, guys.
Strolling through this life, watching every step. Someone with us can be a friend, and that's a benefit.
But walking out the long road, I don't understand. Trying here to up my game, call the one who has the plan.
I'm strolling with the big guy, I'm walking in the light. I'm strolling with the big guy, the one who gave us life. I'm strolling with the big guy, I'm walking in the light. I'm strolling with the big guy, the one who gave us life. Wanna go to length, not turning left or right. The one who's holding on to me is in this thing for life.
I can hear the whisper and feel the guiding hand. I feel the spirit showing. By faith you walk his plan.
I'm strolling with the big guy, I'm walking in the light. I'm strolling with the big guy, the one who gave us life. I'm strolling with the big guy, I'm walking in the light. I'm strolling with the big guy, the one who gave us life. Strolling with the big guy, hey. Strolling with the big guy, hey, hey. Strolling with the big guy, hey. He's a B-I-G-G-O-D. He's strolling with me. He's a big guy. It's reality. He's a B-I-G-G-O-D. He's strolling with me. He's a big guy. Say it like you mean it.
Strolling with the big guy.
I'm strolling with the big guy. I'm walking in the light.
Strolling with the big guy.
I'm strolling